Hello. Today we're going to make a boggin type hat. We'll make a slip knot to get our yarn on the hook. We're going to chain 3. Most patterns say chain 4, but I like a tighter opening at the top, so I do 3. Please do whichever you feel more comfortable with. Do a slip stitch to join into a circle. Sorry, it's hard to do this looking through the camera. I'm not used to it yet. Then you're going to chain 2. Then you're going to do a half double crochet in the center of the circle you just formed. I'm pulling my tail end down to work it in as I go so I don't have to weave it in at the end. For a half double crochet, it's wrap, go through the opening, grab, and pull up. Wrap, pull through all 3. And you're going to continue to do that until you have made 9 half double crochets in the circle. Right now I have, that looks, I'm going to take that one out and do that one over. It looks a little funny. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to do 5 more. Your chain 2 counts as 1, so that's why you only do 9. Okay, and as you see, I don't have my tail worked all the way completely in, but that's okay. I will continue to work it in the round above. I have made it back around to the beginning, so I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And I'll pull my little tail over. I'll chain 1 or 2 depending on what you're comfortable with. And then I'm going to go in and do a half double crochet in the very same stitch. That gives me my first 2. And I will work 2 stitches in each stitch around, which will give me a total of 20 stitches at the end. Each round of this hat, you will add 10 stitches, and that will allow it to form the top. And then when you get up to 70 stitches, you will put 1 stitch in each stitch all the way around, and that will enable you to form the sides of the hat. It's not a very complicated pattern. It can be a little contrary to get started, but I will do a slow motion video of the first round and add it up also in case you need a little extra look at it. Okay, so I made it back around, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain or the top of the chains. Then I'm going to do my next row, and it's very similar. You chain 1 or 2. I chain 1 because I chain loose. Then you put a half double crochet into the same stitch. Then you go into the next stitch and you put 1 half double crochet. Then the next stitch you put 2, and you rotate. You just repeat that all the way around. It's 2, 1. Excuse me, I didn't mean to bump the camera. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and you join at the top, and that forms your third round. Again, we continue the same. We do our chain 1 or 2 depending on your preference. Do a half double crochet in the same stitch. Then you will put 1 single crochet in the next, 1 single crochet in the next, and then you're going to do 2. And if you notice, this is directly on top of the 2 I put in the previous row. And this will be a repeating pattern again. 2, 1, 1, 2. I lost track of what I was doing there. Then 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Again, you'll see I just made 2 on top of 2. And then I do 1. Oops, I'm sorry. This is a little difficult for me to see because I'm looking at my camera in my lap and trying to crochet around it. So I apologize for the little craziness here. 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, so I didn't go all the way through. 2, 1, 1, and I'm back around to my join. So I join with a slip stitch into the top of the chain. I do my chain, and then I do a half double crochet in the same stitch again. Okay, now I'm going to go into the next stitch and do 1. The next stitch I'm going to do 1, and the next stitch I'm going to do 1. I'm going to show you a little thing that helps me remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on round 5. So I'll have 2 in the first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm ready to start over. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I always do 2 in the first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not very coordinated watching it through this. Okay. 2, 1, 2, and then 1 makes 3, 1 makes 4, 1 makes 5. I'm ready to start again. 1, 2, 1 makes 3, 1 makes 4, 1 makes 5. 1, 2, 1 makes 3, 1 makes 4, 1 makes 5. And you continue the same repeat all the way around till you get back to where you join. I'm back around. I'll slip stitch to join. Do my chain. Do my half double crochet in the same stitch. That makes 2. So this is round 6. So I got 1, 2, plus 1 makes 3, plus 1 makes 4, plus 1 makes 5, plus 1 makes 6. And that means we have 2 and 1, and then we have 1 in each of 4, and we repeat. 1, 2, plus 1 makes 3, plus 1 makes 4, plus 1 makes 5, plus 1 makes 6. Now we're ready to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're doing it again. 1, 2, plus 1 makes 3, plus 1 makes 4, plus 1 makes 5, plus 1 makes 6. Repeat. Five, 6. You for an adult hat, you will do 7 rows of this, and for smaller hats, you would need to reduce it a little until you find the right size. For a baby, I do use smaller yarn and stuff usually, but you can do a baby hat this way. You would just do when you do the row 3, you will do it a little different. I will do a video of a baby hat eventually. Okay, I need one more. And now I'm at the join. I slip stitch to join, and I'm on round 7. So I chain, I do my half double in the same, and then I will do 5. 1 in each of the next 5 stitches. It's 3, 4, 5, and then I'm joining, or I'm doing 2, repeating the process. Plus 1 makes 3, plus 1 makes 4, plus 1 makes 5, plus 1 makes 6, plus 1 makes 7. 1, 2, plus 1 makes 3, plus 1 makes 4, plus 1 makes 5, plus 1 makes 6, plus 1 makes 7. And again, I'm just repeating this and going all the way around. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast for you. It's very repetitive, so I end up getting going a little faster. I'm sure there's a lot of you that will go much faster than me. When you've been crocheting for 40, almost 50 years, you tend to get a little faster, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes I'll be going so fast that I will mess up and not even realize I've done it. But this is art, right? We're not trying to make perfection. We're not trying to make mass-producing merchandise. We're making something that we love to share with our love with others. And since this is an adult hat, this is the last round that we will increase. When we finish this round, we should have 70 stitches, because we have 10 sections of 7. And we're almost to the end of this round, and I will show you one round of the sides, and then I'm going to let you do that on your own, and I will give you just a little tips as we go. Normally, if you don't want them to fold up, okay, I've done my chain. I'm not putting a stitch in here. I'm going in here because I've done my slip stitch and I've started my 8th round. So from here on out, you only put 1 stitch in 1 stitch. So this gets very repetitive and you will probably lose track of your rounds, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how to count your rounds as soon as I finish a few stitches here. Okay, you will go to the center and you will start counting. You'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on round 8. Depending on the person you're making it for, you will probably want to go 20 to 24 rounds to make just a beanie. If you want it to be a boggin where it turns up, you're going to want to go at least 4 or 5 extra rows, because you want it to be able to turn up easily and make a good size brim. If I'm doing double crochet, which is a little taller stitch, I think 24 is what I did for the ones that fold up. But I have since determined that I like the half double crochet better, so I would probably shoot for 26 rounds and then fold it and look at it and see how it looks, try it on. If you don't think it fits right, if you don't think it's long enough and the brim is long enough, you can always add a couple more rounds before you cut your, before you finish off. But I would try 20 rounds and try it for a beanie. It may not, I may have my round count wrong, and if so, I apologize, but that's where I would start at. And again, everyone's head is different too. Some people have, a bigger head than others, and you may have to add a few stitches. You just want to make sure you add the stitches equally all the way around, so that it won't be kind of lopsided or have a bunched up spot in it, because when this is finished, it lays pretty flat. And I will do a second video showing you the ending of the hat and how to finish it off, and give you more information about the number of rounds it took for me, and we will go from there. So thank you for crocheting with me today so far. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to help you. We do this out of love. I do, and I love helping others, so don't worry if you need to ask questions. I will do my best to answer. You have a great day, and happy crocheting.